In Gidanye, time did not move forward in straight lines. It circled, paused, returned. People did not speak of years the way townspeople in the city did. They spoke of seasons: the year the river swallowed 3 houses, the year soldiers passed through and left silence behind, the year the drought lingered so long that even prayers sounded tired. At the center of the village stood the Baobab. It was older than the oldest story anyone could verify, older than the boundary stones that marked the village land, older even than the footpaths that curved instinctively around it. Its trunk was wide enough that 5 men holding hands could not encircle it. Its roots rose from the soil like ancient knuckles pushing back against the earth, as if reminding it who had claimed the space first. Under the Baobab, disputes were settled. Marriage negotiations began there. When someone died, their name was spoken to the tree before it was spoken to the ancestors, so that the land itself would remember. Children were warned not to play roughly near its roots. It is not an ordinary tree, mothers would say. It is listening. Kofi grew up believing the Baobab would outlive him. He left Gidanye at 18 with a scholarship letter folded carefully inside a plastic file, and a promise his mother repeated every morning until the day he boarded the bus: "Do not forget where you come from." At the time, the promise felt unnecessary. Forgetting seemed impossible. 8 years later, he returned with a small bag, a tired body, and a mind that felt like it belonged nowhere. The city had given him a degree in engineering and taken something less visible in return. Opportunity had come wrapped in long hours, overcrowded rooms, and the quiet understanding that many dreams were never meant to be reached, only chased. The first thing he noticed as the bus slowed into Gidanye was the silence, not the familiar silence of afternoon heat, when even birds conserved energy, but something heavier. Strained, the second thing he noticed was the red paint. It streaked across the Baobab's trunk in long, careless marks, violent against its gray-brown skin. Thin ropes circled the tree, tied low, as though it had already been captured. Kofi stepped down from the bus slowly. His younger sister, Senna, stood waiting. She had grown taller, leaner, her face sharper with a seriousness he did not remember. She did not smile when she saw him. "What happened?" he asked, following her gaze. "They say it is progress," she replied. That evening, their father's compound felt smaller. Their mother's room was empty except for folded cloth, old calabashes, and dust that no one had bothered to sweep. Kojo, their father, sat on a wooden bench, sharpening a cutlass with slow, deliberate strokes. "They are building a road," Kojo said, without greeting. "Straight through the village." Kofi nodded. Roads meant movement, connection, trade. That was how development had been explained to him. "They marked the Baobab," Kojo continued. "Tomorrow, they return with machines." Kofi frowned. "Surely they will go round it. It would cost less?" Kojo laughed, short and dry. "Trees do not argue with machines." That night, sleep refused Kofi. He lay listening to insects. Distant murmurs, the soft movement of wind against zinc roofs. He remembered his mother's voice, steady and certain, telling stories by lantern light, stories of rivers that walked away from greedy villages, of forests that swallowed hunters who forgot respect. Before dawn, he rose and walked to the square. The Baobab loomed quietly, its shadow stretching across the earth. Kofi placed his palm against its bark. It was warm, textured, alive. A strange ache filled his chest. By mid-morning, white pickup trucks arrived, kicking up dust and unease. Men in reflective vests jumped down, carrying clipboards, measuring tools, and confidence that came from authority rarely questioned. One nailed a notice to the Baobab. "Government infrastructure project, tree marked for removal." The village gathered. This tree was here before your government, Nana Bediako said. Leaning on his staff, "You cannot cut memory," a district officer replied smoothly. "We have compensation plans." Can compensation replace shade? Senna asked. Can it replace burial ground? The officer sighed. Development requires sacrifice. The machines came the next morning. Their sound tore through the village like an insult. Birds scattered. Women wailed. Children were pulled indoors. When the blade struck the baobab, the ground trembled not violently, but unmistakably, like the earth drawing breath. The blade stalled. The operator cursed and tried again. A loud crack split the air. Water seeped from the base of the tree, dark at first, then clear, flowing faster, spreading outward. Within minutes, the square flooded ankle deep. People screamed, some ran. Others stood frozen. This place was a spring, Nana Bediako whispered. Before the dryers, the machines shut down. The men backed away. By afternoon, the water carved a shallow stream, cutting through pots, past compounds, past the old shrine, moving toward the dried riverbed beyond the farms. The baobab stood wounded, sap and water mingling at its base. District officials returned, voices lower now. This changes nothing, one insisted. We will drain it, but the water rose again the next day. The soil collapsed inward, revealing stones laid deliberately, ritual stones, old offerings, bones wrapped in decayed cloth. This is sacred ground, Kojo said firmly. You were warned. News traveled fast. Journalists arrived. Environmental officers followed. Historians came, careful and excited, speaking softly near the tree. Tests were done. Maps studied. Records unearthed. Gidanye had been built around a buried spring, one that had fed the land quietly for generations before drought and neglect sealed it away. Cutting the baobab had awakened it. The road project was suspended. Weeks passed. The water settled into a steady flow. Crops planted nearby grew greener. Children played along the stream. The baobab stood scarred but alive. Yet not everything healed easily. Arguments erupted in the village. Some accused the elders of blocking progress. Traders complained of lost opportunity. Youths debated leaving. Hunger lingered after the last dry season. Kofi found himself caught between worlds again. By day, he helped survey the land, advising on drainage, erosion control, and preservation. By night, he sat with the elders, listening to stories that felt heavier now, more urgent. One evening, Senna confronted him. You could leave again, she said. You always could. Kofi looked at the stream, at the baobab's wounded trunk. I left once because I thought staying meant stagnation. And now I think leaving is easier than responsibility. When the elders met one final time beneath the baobab, Nana Bediako spoke last. We believe progress meant erasing the past, he said. But memory is not an obstacle. It is a foundation. The sun dipped low, wrapping the baobab in gold. The tree did not speak in words, but everyone understood. Some things survive because they refuse to fall. Some seasons are remembered not for destruction, but for awakening. And in Gidanye, time circled again, older, wiser, listening.